Okay, so we have a bit of a problem. Now, firstly, I'm going to explain to you how we graze the farm throughout the winter. Now, obviously, at the beginning of the winter, hopefully most or all of your ewes have been served by the ram, and what we like to do, because of the far side of the farm not being fenced, we like to put the electric up and work from the furthest point, working our way back through the fields till eventually we're at the home farm where all the fields are fenced. Now, the problem we have at the moment is the way we bring the sheep back, either down the old drive or through a field that we call the oak field, is we actually had a trench dug for drainage that goes through the oak field and through the old drive into a stream, which is obviously a bit of a problem because the two ways that we would normally bring them back, we can't. So we have two options. The first option really don't want to have to do, and that is get them into the mobile race that we have and into the trailer and a few trips back to the home farm, which isn't so much of a problem, but they're not that close to lambing where you're going to have any issues, but the least amount of stress that you can get, really, the better. The other option that we have is at the shallower part of the stream at the end of the trench, if we can make some sort of bridge out of like these white pallets, which are roofing pallets for putting up solar panels on houses and buildings and what have you. Either make something out of those or use an 1.5 inch thick stable matting for the horses, so that they can't see the water at the bottom. Maybe they'll just be coaxed across with a bag of feed. Now, we're quite lucky that there's only a few sheep over there. You know, we're probably talking about 80, that they're very used to us, they're very easy to handle, we don't need the dog quite so much, and they should come across with a bag of feed. So hopefully that's what we're going to do. Right, so I've carried a couple of these white pallets down now. My dad's just about finished trimming the cut through that we're going to bring the sheep down through, and hopefully now we should be able to get the mats on, get the gate set up, and then when right, so now the path's completely cut through, and this thick bramble and everything, this trimmer made a hell of a good job through cutting through it. So I just ask my old man now what he's using to get through it. So yeah, go on then.
Well, what we're using is an Oregon tri-blade. It's far superior for cutting brambles than the ordinary flat sort of 8 or 7 inch flat disc cutting blade. With this, it literally macerates, it sort of shreds the brambles up, whereas the other one will only cut the bottom off and then you're left with a long strand of about anything from 20 feet, 30 feet long the brambles can be. And to really do it, you need a pretty powerful brush cutter as well. We're using the Husqvarna 143, and it seems to be ample power. Like I say, to cut brambles, and not really good on grass, but cutting brambles, any sticks, the Oregon tri-blade is far the most superior blade that we've used since we've been doing it. That's the last 5 years.
Right, so that's pretty much everything out the way now for when the sheep come down. Just had to move the mobile sheep yard. We use a wrapper, which we will be doing some videos on when we come to handle some sheep. But yeah, just keep a lookout for that wrapper. An absolutely amazing quality mobile sheep race, and we went for them in the end because of the build quality, customer service, and they managed to give us the best price. And yeah, just everything in all with them. They're just a fantastic company to work with and get the product here. So yeah, we will be doing more videos on the wrapper. And now we're back down at the ditch that we're going to cross, and we did in fact opt out of using
the plastic pallets, because after my dad trimmed out this part of the bank into the ditch where they're coming through, it's not actually that steep. So all I've done is lay the mats inside here so the sheep don't just see water and maybe not want to cross. And these mats are the stable mats, what you would put inside your stables for the horses' feet. So this like a 1.5 inch thick rubber mat, and hopefully with any luck, once we get the sheep out, they'll follow us, like I said, follow us down with the bag of food, and I'm just hoping they cross here. If not, then they've got the roam of this side of the farm once they're out of the electric. So fingers crossed they're going to follow us straight across. So like you saw, the sheep crossed over with pretty minimal problems there. I mean, they didn't really all use the mat, but they didn't get stuck on the other hand, which is always a bonus. So now we've just got the task now of reeling in about 700 meters of electric and collecting all the stakes in, getting them in the shed, because it's only January, and if we get a frost at any point, then you know, these plastic stakes can go brittle and it's just absolute waste of time. Then all the ends that you clip the wire into will in fact just break off, and you're just left with bloody trash then at the end of the day.